What's up, Internet? I'm Aries Van Dam, and this is WTF Are You Thinking? Today's episode is about tone policing. If you don't know what that is, you typically hear this whenever somebody says, I like what you're saying, I just think you could say it in a nicer way. It's usually a feminine thing. It's always been a feminine thing, but not anymore. So that's why it's here instead of on the dating side of the videos I make. Because men do this now too just as much. I hear men saying the exact same thing. Usually Democrat men, liberals of some variety who are more concerned about how you say things instead of what you're actually saying. And I don't really understand it. It's a very feminized way of thinking. That's why we had a president who, couldn't keep from pooping his pants every day in the office. Like you can't worry about people's feelings about what you're saying. You just have to be truthful and say the truth. If you say the truth, then all the rest of it goes away. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, just be truthful and and honest. Honesty beats tone policing any day, because honesty. Honesty. Am I really having to justify why honesty is good? Honesty is good because it is, because I say so. I don't really want to get into the, the epistemology of it, but yes, honesty is good. And tone policing is dishonest. If you're trying to say things in a way that's masking what you really feel, it's dishonest. And there's no reason to be doing that. And typically I see this a lot in dating encounters. That's why it's weird to be doing it on a WTF. But a lot of times I've had women that didn't want to date me just because of the way I say things, even though they can't say that what I'm saying is wrong. It's just, it hits the ear funny. It hits the ear in a way they don't care for. For example, I had a woman who just told me she doesn't like beards tell me that I'm shallow because I told her I don't date fat women. Yeah. Now, I could have probably said it in a nicer way than I don't date obese women or fat women. I said obese, I think, actually. But, yeah, I probably could have said it in a nicer way. But do I really want to? Like, would you really want to? Because I go into these little interactions as I'm going to be myself. And I'm going to act how I am. And if I have to change the way I talk to you, well, I don't want to do that every day. To just every day have to consider how what I'm saying affects your ears because reality harms you or something. I'm not ever going to do that, and I don't think you should either. You're not going to be happy long term if you're having to deal with some crazy person's, interpretation of the words you're saying. All you have to worry about is being true, and if everybody else has a problem with that, well, then they have a problem with reality, not with the words you just said. That's what it is. It's subversion of reality. They're literally trying to control the way you communicate with people. They think that you're some kind of a representation of them, I guess. I don't know. You see it a lot in debates. You see it a lot on dates because women really think they can control how you interact with other people and just tell you how you're supposed to handle and how you're supposed to think about those interactions you have. Me personally, the amount that I will put up with that is dependent upon how beautiful you are or how appealing you are as a sexual partner. No one's going to do that to date a big ugly woman, is what I'm trying to say. But there are people who would change the way they talk just to be with, a more pretty woman, a more beautiful woman, short term at least. I'm sure that works out short term quite a bit. But long term, guys are not going to want to change who they are just to be with you. When you start getting into marriage and things like that, you're going to have a hard time if you're trying to control how your man talks. Because no man who's worth a crap is going to let his woman control anything, about him, like change his behavior or anything like that. If you have to change for her, why would you want her? Like, what are you going to do with her now? She's your boss. She's not your partner. She's your boss because she tells you how to talk. She tells you how to communicate with the rest of the world. I can see how short term that would work until you get what you want, but long term, it's not going to give her what she wants. So just be aware and noticing it. Yeah, I see it a lot in debates. I see it a lot on dates. Just they have a problem with the way you say things, not what you're actually saying, because what you're saying is true most of the time. It just hits their ears funny because they're not used to hearing things that go against their worldview. That's all that is. So yeah, you can change the way you talk, I guess. I probably should do that, but I really don't want to. Just the thought of changing how I communicate for, for a woman sounds insane to me. Like, it would have to be the most beautiful woman in the world. And again, it's just going to be short term. I would not change that, who I am, long term. I'm not just going to live a lie and talk like some sissy because that's what you're attracted to, or that's what you think you're attracted to. You're really not. Once you change that way, they're not into you no more. So why would you do that? The thing that they're into is, your machismo, or your ego, or your how you communicate. And so when they start trying to change that, why don't they just go get that guy, the guy who acts like that? Oh, because he's not their type. Just like you wouldn't be if you talked that way. It's all about men and women with that. But like I said, there are men now who do that too. So it's not just a female thing anymore. I see even in debates men saying, I agree with what you're saying, but no. If you agree, then stop talking because you just agreed. And that's the truth of it. You just be true. Don't worry about that. Don't let anyone tone police you. If you feel like saying that word, that's the word it is. That's how you express yourself. And letting other people control you, it's not a way to live. It's just how I feel. I'm sure some of y'all think it's better just to be nice with everybody and use the nice words and not say naughty words. Okay. You live your way. I'm not doing that ever. And you shouldn't either. It's just not, it's not healthy. So try it. Try to see these things. And the next time someone tells you that, just, I don't care what you think. Who are you? But no, everybody has to worry now. Everybody worries about what everybody thinks. Some people do. And we'll get more deep into this one. I could go a lot longer into this one because I feel like tone policing goes all the way into some other things in the world, and how like I said, the president, we had a president who couldn't recite the alphabet to you for 4 years because women liked, that he was nicer. Nice and dumb. Nice and dumb. You can get nice and dumb, or you can get mean and realistic. That's the two options. I'm gonna be the real guy, and hopefully somebody can see that, because I don't think humans actually think that way. Like that superficial niceness, I don't think that's a real thing. I think that's some feminine made up stuff that we've just kind of let get away from us. And I'm telling you to stop. Just stop. Be yourself. And if they don't like it, well, then kick rocks. There's another girl behind her. None of them are so appealing now that you just have to put up with that. I mean, unless they are, and then put up with it for a little while. till it wears off. All the fun that you're having wears off. So anyway, get in the comments and tell me how being nice is better than being real. Peace.